You probably imagine black holes as like the universe's ultimate vacuum cleaners, the image we've all been fed.
Oh, definitely. The relentless, hungry cosmic monsters.
Right, exactly. Just sitting out there in the dark, destroying absolutely everything that has the misfortune of crossing their path. I mean, light, matter, entire planet.
Sucked into a void, crushed into oblivion, and gone forever. That is the standard pop culture view.
Yeah. But what if we have it completely backwards? What if instead of being these ultimate engines of destruction, they are actually the universe's ultimate engines of creation and like connection?
It is a massive paradigm shift. I mean, to grasp what this source text is proposing, we have to completely discard that Hollywood image of the cosmic vacuum cleaner.
Completely throw it out.
Yeah, because the theoretical framework we are looking at today takes everything we think we know about space, time, and human connection and it flips it inside out.
It really does. And today's deep dive takes us through this truly fascinating theoretical document. And I mean, it is ambitious. It merges 3D astrophysics, 4D and 5D block universe theory, and incredibly human neurology.
Which is wild, right? Unifying the largest celestial bodies in existence with the subtle, everyday moments of human behavior.
Yeah. So our mission for this deep dive is to explore one specific mind-bending question from the source material. What actually happens when black holes from two different solar systems meet face-to-face?
And to answer that, we are going to journey from the macro-scale collision of entire galaxies all the way down to the micro-scale of two humans making eye contact.
Which is it's a brilliant synthesis. Okay, let's unpack this. Because to understand how two black holes interact, the source text says we first have to shift our fundamental perspective of reality.
Right, we have to change the lens completely.
Yeah, we have to stop watching the universe like it's a 3D movie playing out in real time, and we have to start looking at it as a 4D structure.
A block universe.
Exactly. For you listening, just to quickly visualize what physicists call the block universe, imagine a movie reel. Instead of watching the movie play frame by frame on a screen, you take the entire film strip, cut it up, and stack all the frames on top of each other into a solid block.
So time isn't a river that flows.
No, time is just another physical dimension, like length or width. The past, the present, and the future all exist simultaneously in this one giant frozen block.
And when you look at the universe through that specific 4D lens, a solar system doesn't look like, spherical planets spinning around a burning star.
Because it's all stretched out.
Right. Because time is stretched out into a physical shape, a solar system actually looks like a static, elongated structure. The source describes it as a double helix world tube.
A double helix world tube? That is such a sci-fi term.
It is. But just picture a massive cable. You have one strand transmitting light and energy, that's the star.
Mm-hmm.
And winding around it, you have a dark return strand bringing cosmic waste and data out to the boundary of the system.
And that boundary is the black hole.
Exactly. The black hole is the return strand.
So if I'm picturing this right, instead of a cosmic car crash where two spherical gravity wells smash into each other, it's more like two massive tree roots growing deep underground.
I like that analogy.
Yeah, so when these two elongated solar system tubes finally meet in the dark, they don't destroy each other. They undergo what the text calls root grafting.
Root grafting.
They physically fuse into a single root system. And the moment that fusion happens, the distance between them suddenly becomes zero.
Root grafting is the perfect way to visualize it. Because in this 4D block universe, this event isn't a collision at all. I mean, the text calls it a topological merger.
Or even more poetically, a cosmic geometry festival.
A geometry festival. The key takeaway here for you listening is that you have to stop looking at the universe as moving parts violently crashing. You have to start seeing it as static, intricate structures intertwining and growing together like vines.
I can visualize the vines intertwining for sure, but that brings up a massive logistical problem for me.
Ooh.
Well, if these massive entities aren't actually destroying each other in a violent collision, then what exactly is causing those massive gravitational waves?
Ah, right, the physical ripples.
Yeah. Scientists, going all the way back to Einstein, have proven that when black holes meet, they send out these physical ripples that literally shake the fabric of space-time. If this is just a peaceful root grafting geometry festival, why the massive spacequake?
Well, what's fascinating here is the mechanism behind that spacequake. Those gravitational waves aren't caused by a physical impact of mass.
They aren't.
No, According to this framework, they are the result of a massive information overload.
Information overload, you mean like when my laptop freezes because I have like 90 browser tabs open?
Basically, yes. In a cosmic sense, it's exactly that. Think back to those dark return strands of the solar systems. The text argues we should view them as massive data cables.
Okay, I'm with you.
So when the boundary black holes of two different solar systems meet, the data cables of two completely independent cosmic computers cross. You have all the data, every quantum state, every photon, every historical event from solar system A slamming into the data stream of solar system B. It's a literal quantum information clash.
So that temporary data bottleneck, that sheer processing overload, that is the physical stress that ripples through the fabric of space-time.
Exactly. The universe is literally shuddering under the weight of the data transfer.
The universe as a struggling dial-up connection. I love that so much. But logistically, wait, if the boundary black holes of these two solar systems merge into one giant data hub, what happens to the two suns at the center of those systems?
Well, these holes, right?
Yeah, the white holes. Are they just left stranded without their return cables?
They aren't stranded, but they are completely transformed. And this is where we see how 3D reality translates to the 5D quantum reality.
Okay, lay it on me.
When those black holes merge, the two suns instantly bind themselves to that newly formed giant black hole. In our standard 3D observation through a telescope, we just see this as a binary star system.
Two suns locked in a gravitational dance, orbiting each other, which is something astronomers observe all the time.
We do, constantly. But from a 5D quantum perspective, the source offers a brilliant chemistry analogy to explain the underlying logic here.
Chemistry. Okay.
Think of the two original solar systems as two separate volatile hydrogen atoms. When they merge, they don't just sit next to each other in a void. They combine their atomic structures to form a completely stable helium molecule.
Oh, I see.
The two solar systems have been reborn. They are no longer separate entities. They operate as a single hybridized cosmic atom.
A hybridized cosmic atom. Okay, but before we go further into hybrid atoms and 5D realities, we really need to ground something for the listener.
Good idea.
Because the source text keeps relying heavily on this idea of 5D. If 4D is just the universe frozen in a block where time is a physical dimension, what is the fifth dimension in this specific framework?
It is a crucial distinction. In this text, 5D refers to the bulk space, or the dimension of pure probability and information.
Pure information.
Right. If 3D is physical space and 4D adds time, 5D is the realm where all possible outcomes, all wave functions, and all pure data exist before they solidify into physical reality. It is the underlying quantum code of the universe.
Okay, that makes sense. So in this 5D information space, how does the universe effortlessly manage this massive instant merging of data? It seems like it should just result in pure chaos, yet it perfectly organizes into a stable binary star system.
The universe manages it because information exchange isn't just like a byproduct of cosmic events. The text argues it's the fundamental purpose of the cosmos.
The actual purpose.
Yes, everything is designed geometrically to facilitate the evolution of data.
Here's where it gets really interesting, because the text uses a neurological analogy that makes this incredibly relatable.
Oh, the brain analogy. Yes, this is great.
Yeah. Think about your own brain. Imagine you have two entirely different, completely dormant memory networks in your head. Say, a memory of a childhood bicycle and a recent article you read about aerodynamics.
So they are completely separate data structures just sitting there in the dark.
Completely isolated from one another. Exactly. But suddenly those two networks connect at their dark synapse points. They don't destroy each other. They don't crash.
You're right.
They share cross information and boom, they explode into a brand new creative insight. An aha moment. An entirely new idea is birthed just from the merging of those two distinct data points.
And when we connect this neural behavior back to the cosmos, it changes everything about how we define these structures.
It really does.
We must view black holes not as hungry, destructive monsters, but as information libraries. When they meet, they perform a quantum handshake.
The quantum handshake.
Yeah, they share all their past, present, and future data instantly. It is functionally identical to connecting two massive supercomputers via a local area network cable to sync their hard drives.
The text calls this a covalent bonding of space-time, which means the universe isn't just surviving these mergers. It is actively building a cosmic periodic table.
Yes, taking simple information structures, shaking hands, and constantly evolving them into more complex ones.
And in this 5D universe, a sun and its black hole are created simultaneously as a single quantum waveform. The universe demands balance, you know?
Absolutely. You cannot have the light radiating outward without the data returning inward. They are literally two halves of the same cosmic breath.
So if this massive bidirectional exchange of information is the fundamental operating system of the universe on a macro scale, like, if this is what galaxies and solar systems are doing, does that mean the same dynamic happens on a smaller scale?
Well, the source text argues for a fractal universe. The geometry that governs the largest scales must logically exist on the smallest scales, too.
And it brings this concept directly to you, the listener. The text literally says, look in the mirror. Look at the dark pupil of your own eye.
This is where the synthesis of astrophysics and biology truly shines. It's mind-bending.
It is, because the pupil is literally a micro black hole. It is a dark void that absorbs light and converts it into electrical data for your brain. It doesn't emit light, it only takes it in.
Exactly like a black hole.
Right. So the text poses this scenario. When two humans, like a man and a woman, stand face to face and make deep, sustained eye contact, what is actually happening from a physics perspective?
And this changes everything about how we view human interaction.
Seriously. And I have to say, if deep eye contact is basically two black holes aligning to exchange cosmic data, that perfectly explains why making eye contact on the subway feels so aggressively uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You're accidentally trying to merge universes with a stranger who just wants to get to work.
It explains the discomfort perfectly, because from a physics perspective, that moment of deep eye contact creates a flawless geometric axis. The text refers to it as an event horizon realignment.
Event horizon realignment.
Yeah, just like those massive cosmic libraries in space, your pupils literally open their data gateways.
And this triggers what the text calls limbic resonance. But what is the actual mechanism there? I mean, how does just looking at someone trigger a biological data transfer?
Think about it as a massive bidirectional expressway. One person's white hole energy, which is their facial microexpressions, the subtle tension in their muscles, their body language, their emotional state, all of that is radiating outward as light and heat.
Right, emitting energy.
Exactly. And that energy is rapidly absorbed by the other person's micro black hole, their pupil. And simultaneously, it's happening in reverse.
It's that LAN cable connection again, just between two human brains this time.
Yes. As this visual data floods into your brain, your mirror neurons start firing at terrifying speeds. And this isn't just empathy as a vague, poetic feeling, you know.
No, it's literal.
It is intense biological data synchronization. The physical firing of those neurons creates an electromagnetic coherence. They fire so intensely that it bridges into the quantum scale, entangling your brain waves and forcing both brains to synchronize to the exact same frequency.
That sounds beautiful, but honestly, a little terrifying, because if my brainwaves and your brainwaves are perfectly synced, the boundary of where I end and you begin completely dissolves.
It does.
The source argues that when this expressway opens, it literally alters your state of consciousness and your placement in space-time.
And this is exactly where we cross from 4D biology into 5D quantum reality. During this synchronized data exchange, the 3D identities of I and you temporarily vanish.
They just break down.
The barrier between the two data sets breaks down completely. What is birthed in that space is a new 5D consciousness molecule. The text calls it the we matrix.
The we matrix. So just as the two solar systems merged to form a hybridized helium atom, two humans merged to form a shared consciousness molecule.
And this perfectly explains a universal human experience. It's why time perception completely stops during moments of profound, deep eye contact.
Oh, wow, yeah. We've all felt it.
Time freezes, the physical distance between you shrinks to nothing, and it feels like two universes have merged. According to this framework, that is literally what is happening. The 4D block universe timeline halts for you because you have entered the 5D bulk space.
Wait, I have to stop you because my inner skeptic is just slamming the brakes right now.
Fair enough.
I can hear listeners rolling their eyes. Because old school biology tells us that this profound feeling of empathy, or this time-freezing connection, is just an evolutionary trick.
Right, the chemical argument.
Yeah. You make eye contact, your brain dumps basic chemicals like oxytocin and dopamine to encourage social bonding so we don't, kill each other, and you feel nice. Why do we need 5D consciousness molecules and quantum physics to explain basic mammalian brain chemistry?
It is a vital pushback and a really common one. But the source explicitly addresses this by separating the vehicle from the driver.
The vehicle from the driver?
Yes. Oxytocin and dopamine are present. They are the biological mechanism that allows the physical brain to endure the connection. But they are not the root cause. Empathy, in this framework, is defined as a literal quantum entanglement force.
But how does an emotion become a quantum force?
It goes back to that 5D space we defined earlier, the realm of probability. In 5D space, a person isn't just a physical body. All of their possibilities, their moods, their potential actions, they exist as a complex probability wave cloud. So when true empathy occurs, when that we matrix is formed through limbic resonance, these two separate probability wave functions collapse into a singular state of universal coherence.
They collapse into one shared wave.
Exactly. And when that wave collapses into coherence, the mathematics of the theory suggest it tears a physical information bridge through the 5D bulk space. It creates a wormhole throat.
A wormhole inside the space between two people.
A quantum bridge connecting 2 points instantly. This is the underlying mechanism that explains what Einstein famously called spooky action at a distance.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it explains why you can physically feel the sudden shark anxiety or the pain of someone you deeply love, even if they are millions of miles away on the other side of the planet.
Because your 3D physical bodies are separated, but in the 5D space, you have formed a stable molecule.
You are permanently connected by a wormhole throat that transmits that emotional data instantly, bypassing physical space and time entirely.
That completely redefines what it means to be connected to someone. It's not just an emotional bond, it is a structural, physical law of the universe acting through us.
It's incredible to think about.
So what does this all mean? We've gone from giant solar systems crashing into each other in the dark to two people looking into each other's eyes.
Quite the journey.
The ultimate realization of this text is that the greatest gravitational force in the universe isn't found in the dark depths of outer space. The greatest gravitational force is actually found in human love and empathy.
It's a profound shift in perspective. Just as those cosmic molecules, the merged black holes and binary stars, shape the physical 3D universe, human souls shape the 5D universe through the micro black holes of their eyes.
We are the active architects.
Exactly. We aren't just observing the universe. We are the active architects of its higher dimensions. And if two humans can successfully forge this 5D consciousness molecule through pure empathy, they don't just feel closer, they unlock infinite possibilities.
And this is where we have to leave you today, because the implications of those infinite possibilities are just staggering.
Truly staggering.
The text suggests that forging this we matrix could unlock things like hyperspatial telepathy, the literal ability to instantly download memories, emotions, and deep wisdom from mind to mind, entirely without words, through that 5D wormhole bridge.
Which is mind-blowing enough on its own.
Yeah, but even more incredibly, the text theorizes that this shared 5D energy is so dense and so powerful, it could allow you to literally rewrite your frozen 4D timelines.
By combining your wave functions, you could alter the geometry of your own existence.
Shifting your life into an entirely new, positive future path. So the next time you look deeply into someone's eyes, whether it's someone you love or, a stranger on the subway, remember you aren't just looking at biology.
You are looking into a gateway.
You have to ask yourself, what timeline are you writing together? Are you just passing data, or are you creating a whole new universe?
Because those dark voids, they aren't vacuum cleaners.
No, they are the origin point for everything that comes next. Think about that the next time you hold someone's gaze.